Is this the best time to make a new PC? Let's discuss. Hey guys, this is your noob gamer friend here, Varun aka Tubby aka the Indian Frustrated Gamer, and we are back with another video. And this time we will be discussing the PC market trend and is this the best time in a very long time to finally make a good gaming PC on a specific budget. So, without any further ado,
As you are
let's
aware,
dive
from the
in.
past 3 years, it's been really expensive to build a PC, especially if you are a gamer and you want to build a good budget PC. The budget in the PC is not actually available. So, due to many reasons, first there was mining, then the COVID happened, which led up to the chip shortage, and everyone being locked inside, and the demand actually skyrocketed of various chip components, be it television, PC components, or any other electronic. So come to think of it, every
But
electronic
anyways,
that you
guys,
have.
so during this time, I was not able to suggest a good build, because the graphic card market was really exploding and the prices were very high. Quite surprisingly, the prices of the graphic card, which I suggested, I actually had suggested the same 4 years back, and those were cheaper 4 years back, rather than in 2022, sorry, in 2020 or in 2021. So is 2022 any different? Let's find out. So we are going to explore our options. I'm going to share some good hardware equipment, which you might find at cheap prices at every price point. So you can search for those components and maybe get a good deal in your region. Maybe explore Amazon, Newegg, Memory Express, and all those sites which are available in your country. So guys, we'll discuss all the categories. I have divided into three categories. One is super budget, one is good value, and one is extreme. So in every hardware aspect, be it processor, be it motherboard, be it RAM, graphic card, power supply, we are going to go ahead and discuss. So
Transition.
so guys, this is where it all begins. So let's start. Again, since I reside in India, my specific websites will be related to the Indian audience. So again, the components will remain the same. So what you can do is you can maybe refer to the same components in your area, maybe explore the websites. Okay, guys. So first website that I'm opening, as far as the Indian audience is concerned, is mdcomputers.in. Initially, we'll start with the processor. Again, right now, at the time of filming this particular video, which is in November 2022, I feel that AM4 is a very strong platform, if you're on a very tight budget. So right now, we'll be talking about very tight budget initially, then we'll move ahead. So if you are on a very tight budget, I will suggest the AM4 platform. We'll just select it over here and let's see what all options do we have. So 3600, oh my God, it's 12,300 now. So maybe, if you could get a deal on it, maybe, get it on 12,000. It is a really good option. So guys, again, whoever is watching in another country, so this is around 280-ish dollars, or maybe $250, right? Or it is less than, no, it's $470, guys. Not exceeding 200, but less than $200. Anyways, so we select this particular CPU, right? And we'll, calculate the sum later on. So this is 12,300. Okay. And then we go ahead and select a motherboard. Let's go ahead. Let's select the motherboard. Let's AMD platform. Yeah, these all things actually take time, but it's good that you guys have me so I can, suggest you, especially the Indian audience. Again, I'm again and again referring. So let's select low to high. Oh, okay. So you get a A320. We don't want A320. We'll at least have A520. So ASRock is available. So, but we'll go with another brand. So maybe a Gigabyte. Yeah, Gigabyte is okay. Okay, guys. So, if you're going with an ASRock, right, A520M board will set back to around 5,000. The reason I'm not going with the A320, which I should, I guess, there is not much feature differences. So, okay. So, depending on your budget, right, this also has one M.2 slot, right? Let me just check. One PCI graphics. No, this. Oh, it has one M.2 slot, so it's okay. So yeah, you can opt for this. So around 12,000 for the processor, as you saw where it is. Here it is, right? 12,300, and then only around 4,000 for your motherboard, and the total is around 16,000. So 16,000 you get a good processor and the motherboard. So again, those who are residing outside, it's around $200 USD. You get both
For
motherboard
memory, I will
and
not
the
go,
with the basic memory. We still want some speed, over there, and RGB is also required because RGB enhances your speed. It gives you greater performance. So we'll surely need RGB. Okay, guys. So we'll see an RGB, memory. So let's go ahead and try to see if we could get it on a good price. So yeah, 2600 only. Rather than going for 8 GB, right? Let's go with 16 GB one stick. I know everyone will say, no, 8 into 2 is better. But then again, you remember the future proofing part, which I always, cater to. So if you select 16 GB now and get a 16 GB later on, that is also a very good option. So let's go ahead and explore that option. Let's see if a 16 GB kit that you have, you can get,
we want
good deal on.
RGB.
So guys, 4,100, right? So 20,000 already, 4,100. So it comes up to 24,000. Let's go ahead and now select storage. We will go for M.2 since our motherboard already supports that. Let's select which one? Let's select this one. Okay. So this is around 2,800 rupees. So guys, your motherboard is done, your CPU is done, your memory is done, and storage M.2 500 GB is also done.
Graphic
So that
card
and the PSU. So for the graphics card, right? Here are the options, and the minimum that we are looking for is a 1650 because I'm not going any below, a 1650. In AMD perspective, that would be, I guess, 6500. So 1650, yeah. 16,000. Can we get? Oh, you get a 6500 XT as well for 17,700. That's not a bad deal, right? Let's
I
check
guess
if
it
it
is
is
a
a
no-brainer.
no-brainer. If you're on a tight budget, we'll go with the, okay, these are the motherboards. We will go with this particular graphics card, which is Sapphire Plus RX 6500 XT 4 GB, which is around 17,700. We'll keep this aside with our motherboard, processor. We don't want this board. It's very expensive. Yes. No. Yes, yes. Okay. Let's go, guys. So I
And
checked in the calculator and the total comes out to be, guys, 42,950. So a good budget gaming PC where you can play, I guess, any title you throw at it as of now on medium settings on HD. It will give you respectable frame rates, I guess 60 odd frame rates, and the total is only 42,950.
this was not
So let's
possible.
summarize our build. We have the motherboard, which is A320 from ASRock. We have ADATA Spectris D50 16 GB kit. We have Entech Atom V550. We have 690 Neo Pro from Ant Esports, then Ryzen 5 3600, Sapphire Pulse 6500 XT, And I guess that's it.
Straight to the
Okay.
next
Now
category,
moving
which
ahead,
is
best value. Okay. So in this particular category, what we are looking for is best bang for buck, and you need to spend, within the price range where a normal person can afford as well, not going to that extreme, but you can expect the hardware to give you the maximum punch, right? So again, your choices may differ, but that is what I feel. If you need a good gaming experience of around 60 FPS with all the bells and whistles of the features like ray tracing and whatnot, so this is, the guide or the hardware components that I'm recommending. So starting again with the AM4 platform, I'm not shifting to Intel or the AM5 because one thing you need to remember is for AM4, right? So there is 5800 X3D also, which gives equivalent gaming performance than today's, generation CPUs as well. So you can always upgrade to that particular CPU in the near future if you upgrade your graphics card. So starting with the motherboard, I would go ahead and suggest Asus Prime B50MA Wi-Fi motherboard. So this is the starting motherboard that I found with the Wi-Fi options because right now I believe everyone uses Wi-Fi in their homes and you need Bluetooth connectivity and whatnot. So this is it. If you don't want a Wi-Fi, you can get a cheaper board at around 8-9,000 as well. So this particular board, then going ahead, the graphics card, right? So now guys, 6700 XT at around 35,500, I believe, is a very good deal because it gives you approximately the performance of a 3060, RTX 3060, or a 3060 Ti, depending on the game. So opting for this particular graphics card is a very smart move, in my opinion. Again, I am not a fanboy. I have an NVIDIA 4090, in my system. So I'm talking purely about value prospective. So this is a very good value right there in India, especially. Okay. So go for 6700 XT, check the reviews if you want to, and believe you me, you will not be surprised, or you will not be shocked rather. The processor is again Ryzen 5 5600X, not the X, but the vanilla 5600. It gives you almost the same performance, and with the graphic card that we are opting for, it will not bottleneck your graphic card, right? It will not bottleneck 6700 XT anytime soon. Then coming to the RAM, we are opting for 8 into 2 GB, again 16 GB of 3200 megahertz. So you have two more RAM slots left. You can, go ahead and if your budget allows, you can go with two more memory kits, two more memory sticks as well, and total 32 GB. The reason the difference of price is because Trident actually offers great warranty on their RAM, firstly. Secondly, it is very stable at 3200 megahertz as well. So that's the reason I'm opting for this, though, in the budget build also, I suggested 16 GB, but, there are n number of more things that comes into the memory when I suggest. So stability and warranty are the two things. That's the reason I'm suggesting this particular RAM kit. Now, power supply as well is the same, but there's a difference in brand. There is Cooler Master and difference in prices twice. Again, the warranty is really good of Cooler Master. I myself have been using Cooler Master often in my builds, and they actually give you excellent warranty, and I have not had any issues actually. I had one issue and they replaced it with no concerns whatsoever. Okay, so guys, so SMPS is done, memory is done, then processor is done, motherboard and graphic card are also done. So each and every component of this build is done. Again, this is best value according to me. You might have a different opinion. That's okay. Please, we can have, our own opinions. So let's go ahead and calculate. Let me open the calculator again. Starting the calculation off with the motherboard. So 12,100 plus 35,500 plus 15,700, then 7,700, and then finally the SMPS with 4,050, and the total comes out to be 75,000. My God, 75,000 with this kind of performance. I'm really happy. Finally, the rates are normalized.
So in 75,000 guys, again on HD, you will be able to play any game you throw at this particular machine, and I'm sure you will be able to play 60 FPS on high settings. Not on ultra, but depending on game to game, and very high refresh rate gaming for like competitive titles like Valorant. You can expect upwards of 150 FPS in Valorant if you have a high refresh rate monitor. Guys, one thing we did not add was the storage for the previous build, which is the best value. So I'm adding the storage. So, I guess 1 TB storage would be sufficient for the best value build. And this is the ADATA XPG GameX, 1 TB M.2 NVMe. I have the same one. It has a good performance when it comes to gaming load times and everything. So this is the one I suggest, and the total would be 75,000 was the previous one. So this will be around 81,000. So again, guys, again, in around 80,000, you're getting a really good machine. So
So
again,
finally
jumping to the
coming to the
next
extreme build.
again, where again, I'm not suggesting that you don't have any budget. We'll also keep that in mind. So we'll put our smart hats on, and I'm going to suggest a very round build, with the kind of CPUs and graphic cards are available. So I'm not going overboard because, whomsoever is going overboard, they already know what they want to buy. So again, I will go ahead and suggest some smart options. We'll be starting
Let's go ahead.
with the extreme build. So this time around, I'll be switching to Intel because I feel that right now Intel is the king as far as gaming is concerned, and this last guide is for extreme, gamers out there who want the best FPS. Okay, so the processor which I'm going for is an Intel Core i9-13900KF desktop processor. If you want the inbuilt, iGPU, you can opt for Intel 13900K as well. So it comes with included, inbuilt uh, graphics unit so that you don't need a graphic card for troubleshooting purposes. But I'll go ahead with the KF because it's 6,000 cheaper in the Indian market. So 55,500. Now, graphics card, right? As I have mentioned in my previous videos again and again, AMD has a huge advantage when it comes to price to performance, and especially in India, the 6900 XT is coming in at 79,900. Now, firstly, let that sink in, right? Because it's 6900 XT, not 6800 XT. Secondly, the 3080 12 GB is ex more expensive than the Asus option that we have, and it's 80,000. So firstly, it's from Galax. So I'm not sure, how's the warranty and everything is with Galax. But Asus, we all know that, it is a dependable brand as far as India is concerned. And from Asus, it's actually 79,900. So I would recommend go with the RX 1600 XT unless and until you actually want that ray tracing performance. So again, this though is an extreme guide, we are not going overboard with the 4090. As I mentioned, if you want to buy the 4090, you already know. But coming to it, right? Coming to this particular graphic card, using your brain, I think 1600 XT would be the best, card in this particular price range, and you can game at 1440p with no issues. Okay, so we are bumping up the resolution as well. We are talking about 2K. Okay. The motherboard is Asus ROG Strix Z690E gaming Wi-Fi. So it has all the bells and whistles, M.2 slots, DDR5 support and whatnot. So, you can look into the details, but this is what I'm going for. Then, we are going ahead and moving to the memory. Now, memory is interesting because I was not able to find good DDR5 options specifically in India. The best options that I was able to find was this one from Team Group T-Force Delta, which is actually a 32 GB kit with 6400 megahertz. And again, someone who's looking for a brand which as far as I concern in Indian market they give good warranty. You can look for Corsair that is around 31.
31,200. So this is 31,200 and the website is the IT Depot. You can check them out. So these two options, I would actually prefer the GeForce one because it gives you 6400 megahertz. Now, RAM is done, and then motherboard is done, graphic card is done. Let's go ahead and go to the power supply. So power supply, you can opt for 850 watt, but I'm going, a bit over that and recommending a 1000 watt power supply because sometimes what happens is that we are quite niche in picking our power supplies. So when something goes wrong, we might blame the power supply that, oh, I would have opted for a better power supply. So I don't want you guys to experience that. So that's the reason I'm opting for a 1000 watt power supply. I have opted for Corsair. You can look for other options like Cooler Master and whatnot. Okay. Now, graphic card is done, power supply, storage, right? So I have opted for two storage. Again, this is only SSD. This is a different website from MIBD Computers. So, you can look options over here as well. They give good SSD options. It is, I believe, related to Prime EVGB. Okay, and that's another website for, again, for the Indian audience. So the storage that I'm opting for is 1 TB, that is 980 EVO M.2, in which you can keep your Windows and applications, and a 2 TB SSD for your games, and everything else. So around 3 TB of storage, and both are, M.2. If you want to exceed, you can go ahead and do so. So storage, motherboard, graphic card, memory, and then the power supply. So all the five components are done, and the total comes out to be, again, I need the calculator. So let's keep 80,000 the graphic card, then 55,500 for the processor, 45,500 for the motherboard, then 31,000 for the RAM, 15,500 for the PSU. Then finally the storage, one is 21,400 and the other one is 7,800 odd rupees. So the total comes out to be, guys, 2,55,400 rupees, plus and minus, 1 or 2,000. So again, the extreme gaming build, right? According to you, you can opt for, other graphic card. If your budget allows, you can go for 4090, and I won't blame you. But again, as a smart decision, I feel that you can opt for these combos in various budgets. One is budget, one is best value, and the other one is if you want to go ahead and buy, again, not exactly the bestest available, but according to the price, you can use your brains and you can opt for this particular configuration that I have opted for. So guys, I hope you like this particular video. I know this was a bit lengthy one, but again, I was trying to cater to each and everyone who has some concerns regarding building PCs. Again, during this particular festive time, if someone is watching outside India, you can use this particular configuration, on your websites and see what all, discounts there is to offer, and you can go ahead and build on various budgets accordingly. Thank you guys. This is Varun, aka Tubby, aka the Indian Frustrated Gamer, signing off. Have a nice day. Bye bye.